Hello, it's Patrick, and welcome to some more Tesla news. Tesla finally releases the true $35,000 Model 3. Elon had a little press event, and he let everybody know that there's several new versions of all the Teslas, actually, and the main one being the base version of the Model 3. So there's a standard range, 220 miles for $35,000. With more of a basic level trim. It still has the glass roof, but it's missing some kind of weird stuff like no automatic seats, and the center console's kind of empty like the original Tesla. And then they have, for just $2,000 more, a standard range plus, which bumps it up to 240 mile range. And then it's got a little bit better interior features. The sound on the standard range doesn't have like the additional subwoofer. When you get up to the mid-range, then you gain back all those premium features, and it's only $40,000 now. Long range, rear-wheel drive, $43,000, and that one goes 325 miles now. And interestingly enough, they're going to push an update to people that already have the current long-range Model 3, because it was previously 310, so it's another, 15 miles of range, which is pretty cool. They're also giving it a little bit more power too, so they're allowing it to use a little bit more horsepower, which is a big plus. Overall, a lot of things changed. Most Teslas are down like $10,000 in price, and this is kind of offsetting the tax credit loss and the stores. So they also announced they're shutting down almost all the stores. Like, they're actually shutting down all selling except for online. So they're going online only for sales. They're going to leave a few galleries open in larger cities, but for the most part, it sounded like they're going to be winding down the stores as we know it, which I don't know how I feel about that. What do you guys think? We haven't had one here in Wyoming anyways, but they did say they're going to focus on service so that some of those resources will be reallocated towards, more service centers, bigger service centers, more mobile service. They're still saying that they will cover anyone in any location, anywhere in a country where they sell vehicles. And I want to know, will they be able to do the annual service or anything that requires a lift? Because last I had a Ranger out to my area, we're about 300 miles from the nearest service center, they said that they could not do the annual service because they needed to be able to get into the car, and they couldn't do that. They could tow the vehicle back to a service center, work on it. So they've done that for my neighbor. They brought him a loaner and took his car back to the service center to work on it. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know, or maybe they'll work out deals where they can rent bays from local areas. Who knows? Maybe they're going to announce something they haven't yet on partnering with some large repair shop chain to work on Teslas. They haven't done that, but same thing goes with the sales, with the stores. Maybe they're going to be, I think it was like Macy's or something, where they park a few Teslas in there, because people are still going to want to see the cars before they buy them, before they plunk down anywhere from $35,000 to 130 some thousand. That's the other big deal. They dropped the price of the ludicrous top end Teslas quite a bit. I have to go in there and configure it, but I remember they were topping out like over 160,000, and now it's a huge price cut if you want to get a top end Tesla. People are a little upset about current vehicles losing value. It's understandable. There's a whole big thing about full self-driving. Tesla came out with this big ol' announcement after announcement after announcement. And the thing with the full self-driving is Elon is confident it will be out this year. It'll be feature complete. Everything is going to work. The question is, how reliable is it going to work? And when will regulators allow for you to use those features while having full control, or while paying full attention, having hands on the wheel? And then after that, how long will it be before they can allow you to sleep in the back? Elon thinks that'll be as soon as next year. Everybody else really doubts that. I think I could see the feature complete, happening this year. Basically, just like Autopilot is now, except for it does, stop signs and stop lights and intersections and things. The Navigate on Autopilot seems to be working pretty good. He's saying March 15th, you'll no longer be required to do the confirmation to change lanes and take exits. That will be automatic, which would be awesome. So they must have that reliability up there. Elon keeps referring it to as the March of Nines. Like it needs to be 99.999% reliable. They never will be able to get to 100, but the closest they can get to that is possible. And he says for regulatory purposes, the more data they have, the better position they are in to, get it through regulatory. And Tesla has simply the largest fleet of hardware-capable, fully autonomous vehicles. Obviously, right now, they're not operating by themselves, but they're learning a lot, and they're gathering a lot of data. Full self-driving, the pricing changed quite a bit. Regular autopilot, no longer enhanced autopilot, is a $3,000 option. So this is just basically AutoSteer on freeways and highways. It excludes Summon, Advanced Summon, and parking, parallel and perpendicular parking, no longer. So that's why it's a lower cost. Now they got rid of Enhanced Autopilot, which is what they've been selling, and that's, AutoSteer, Summon, Auto Park. Can't buy it anymore. But what they brought back was full self-driving, and that's an $8,000 option. It's an additional $5,000 on top of the $3,000, and that gives you the traffic lights, stop signs, and city driving, corners, stoplights, everything, the works. They're pretty confident. It sounds like all the new cars are going to be shipping with the new Tesla hardware to do this. And anybody that did not buy autopilot or full self-driving, they're offering them at half price right now. So if you own a Tesla, check your account. If you have a Model 3 and you bought enhanced autopilot, full self-driving is only $3,000 now instead of $5,000 or $6,000, depending on timing. They keep changing the prices so much. I think it's great news. I already bought full self-driving and enhanced autopilot, so I'm kind of cheated out of money a little bit. But to offset that, they said they're going to give people early access program, which would be great because I'd love to have that, especially since Advanced Summon's coming out soon. That was also Electrek posted an article on that. And the Advanced Summon is pretty cool. So this is where the car can find you or a pin drop on a map in a parking lot. So you could park your car, go in, come out, hit Advanced Summon, and it would come out and find you wherever you are or where you put a pin drop on the map at. Of course, in order to get this through regulatory, they say you have to have the car within your line of sight. So you can see that the car's there and make sure it's not going to hit anything because it's not a perfect system. It's still going to be in beta, and they're limiting the range to 150 feet, which is actually pretty doggone far. Like, I'm looking out now, and I don't know. There's a lot of parking lots that are a lot bigger than 150 feet. So the usefulness of this is going to be limited to start with, but it's the first of its kind, and I can't wait. I'll make a video as soon as I get the opportunity to do it. It's pretty doggone exciting. Whew. So lots of Tesla news. Yeah, the biggest thing is the pricing. Their goal is to accelerate the transition to renewable energy, electric cars, get off fossil fuels, all that jazz. And the way they're doing that is they're lowering the prices of all the Teslas, which is great. It makes it more affordable for everybody. And Elon said they're even going to come out with another lower cost vehicle in about 2 to 3 years. So, yeah, Tesla's for everybody. I've got people asking me now that were really waiting. I mean, they were thinking about getting a Model 3, but they saw it was closer to like $50,000, $60,000 with all the features they wanted. But now that it starts at $35,000 and you can get that, and just that $2,000 more makes it a really nice it's So really, with a couple options, around $40,000 with autopilot, give or take a little bit. It's a pretty decent car. Again, thank you guys for watching me rambling on. Please comment below on any of your thoughts or any details that I might have missed or need corrected. I'll be posting these videos again regularly, about once a week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.